I am 41 years old and I would like to freeze time if possible. I'm not anti-aging. I'm not opposed to aging. I know it beats the alternative, but if there are things that I can be doing to help my skin repair itself and do what it does just better or faster, I'm going to do those things. One of the things I've been doing for many years now to help my skin regenerate itself and in turn maybe look youthful is red light therapy. I would not have continued to do this as many years as I have if I didn't think that it worked. So I'm going to tell you about the I have four red light devices that I currently use. I'll explain why I have four of them too, and which might be right for you. I won't get too deep into the science of it all, but basically red light can penetrate through the layers of your skin, tell the cells to repair themselves, make more collagen, make more elastin, and those are the things that give your skin that youthful bounce and structure, sort of like the scaffolding under your skin. So it helps with that. It helps reduce inflammation. And I knew red light was legit when I read that NASA used it to help speed up wound healing and help with inflammation in space. Don't think NASA would be wasting their time if red light did nothing. Unlike lasers, red light therapy does not generate heat, which makes it safe to use for someone like myself that has melasma. Melasma is definitely triggered and aggravated by heat, so I can't use anything like radio frequency. I can only do a certain type of laser because that heat, it would just make my life worse. So red light, totally fine, does not heat up the skin. As a 41-year-old who has never done Botox, neuromodulators of any kind, no fillers, I've only ever done treatments. I've done lasers, chemical peel, facials, things like that. I've never done anything else to try to soften wrinkles aside from skincare. For me, the things that I have noticed red light therapy has softened, reduced, are fine lines and wrinkles. I don't feel that they're as deep as they could be. Of course, I still have them because I don't use Botox. I have expression in my face. I have 11th. I have, expression lines, but I don't have as much static lines. So when my face is at rest, I don't see, the deep creases there. I definitely have smile lines, and I feel like, okay, I don't love them, but they're definitely not there at rest. I just feel good about where my skin is at. For 41, I think it looks as it should. I think it looks better than it could, given that I didn't always wear sunscreen my whole life. In a very previous life, I was a long distance runner and I would be outside for hours at a time running with no sunscreen. So honestly, I am grateful for where my skin is at, and I do credit red light therapy to a lot of it. I think I started first doing it back in, I want to say 2016. I know you've probably seen a lot of red light therapy masks now on the market, and there are a lot of them. They're not all effective, and I'm going to tell you the ones I have that are effective, and then I'll show you one extra tool that's going to be on the more budget-friendly side. And it's not a mask, but it might be better for somebody that does not want to lay down. I love laying down, so I'm all for the mask. We're gonna start out with the red light mask that I bought myself with my own money. This is one I researched, I saved up for, it's very pricey, and that is the Dr. Dennis Gross Facewear. This is definitely the coolest one. I mean, you will look like, a Daft Punk in this. It's got like a molded appearance, right? So it's molded to my face, and it's not flexible. It did have straps. I just took them off because I'm not gonna wear this and walk around. I'm going to lay down in my bed after my shower. That's when I do it. You wanna do these with nothing on your skin yet, no skincare. And because it's the shape it is, it just lays there, and I don't need to have straps holding it on, therefore it doesn't mess up my hair. It's so easy to put on. It takes away all of the, what is that, low barrier of entry or whatever. It's just like, okay, if you can't just lay a mask on your face and lay in bed for 3 minutes, then I don't know what to tell you, but I can do that. So like I said, 3 minutes. This is the shortest of the masks that I have in terms of duration. So it is quick, it's effective, it requires no Velcroing anything on, and this is gonna be your most versatile option if you're somebody that maybe struggles with acne and you want the benefits of blue light as well. So blue light helps kill the acne bacteria, and when I do have an active breakout or I'm about to start my period and my skin is just acting like it's not going to behave, I'll do a round of that. And then it has a combination. So I don't know how this is going to pick up on camera, but here's the red light. So these are the red light LEDs. LED stands for light emitting diode, if anyone cares. Now here's the blue light. It's going to look purple on screen, but that's the blue. And here's the combination of the two. So this, if I left it on, would stay on for 3 minutes, and it's effective. I listened to an interview with Dr. Dennis Gross himself, talked at length about how they developed this, and it made me feel really confident that the research is there in this one. It is effective. They determined 3 minutes was really all you needed with daily use. And honestly, that is why it is still the one I use the most. It couldn't be easier. I do really like it, and I've had no issues with it either. So, love Dr. Dennis Gross Faceware. It is expensive. I fully understand that. It took me forever to finally just, bite the bullet and get it. But I would recommend you wait for sales. So this is available at Sephora. So wait until they have like Labor Day sale, Black Friday, obviously. Dr. Dennis Gross doesn't appear to have any like special sales on their website, but you can check it out. But like I said, wait for a sale, and it is usually part of the Sephora sales. Okay, the next two masks are from the same company, and they were both sent to me. So full disclosure, I let this company know, hey, I already have a red light mask and I love it. I'm willing to try yours out to compare, but just so you know, like I'm already in love with someone. So they're like, that's cool, we still would love for you to try ours. So these are from Current Body. Now these are the flexible style. This is the first iteration. So because this has a Velcro strap, it's not a hard shell one, you are going to need to put it over your head. We'll see how this goes. Tighten the strap, and then you could wear it around the house if you want. It does have an attached controller though too, so there's a lot more involved with this one. You charge this, and then like you don't have to keep it charged up while you're using it, but this is gonna be really bright. You hold that. So it's got the red light on right now. This is gonna be a 10-minute treatment. Now I like that and dislike that for a few reasons. If you only have 3 minutes, you wouldn't probably want to sit through the 10. Honestly though, 10 minutes, I bet you could use 10 minutes of meditation. I like that it's 10 minutes honestly, because I'm like, okay, great, I can have more time where I'm laying down and resting, but it's not going to be your quickest option. So there is that. Okay, so there's another con right there. I just took it off, and like it does kind of mess with your hair. I'll show you what the LEDs look like on this one. This is very, very flexible. So this is great if you are someone that travels and you want to wear this while you're on trips. The other one from Dr. Dennis Gross, that's not going to travel well. It's probably going to be, need to be wrapped up in your suitcase. I'd be worried about this breaking, honestly. This is going to travel super well. So I think it's very bougie to have multiple red light devices, but if you are someone that's like, well, I want one for when I travel, but I also want one at home, I could definitely make the case for having both styles. This, however, is a little less versatile because it does not have any other cycles besides red light. So if I click that again, it just turns off. It's not going to cycle through a blue light, so you won't have that acne killing light and the combination. It's just going to be your red light one. It's more flexible, so it travels well. It's got 10 minutes versus 3 minutes. You have to charge this, and then you either just carry this around with you or lay it next to you. So I don't know if that bothers you. Having a cord, it doesn't bother me, but it's not totally like all on its own freeform either. It's very durable. I mean, you could roll it up honestly if you needed to. It's like very, very bendy. Now they just came out with like an improved version of that, so I'm going to show you it. This is still a flexible style mask, so similar to the first, but it's almost like a hybrid because they've added this little chin piece here. So that's going to give you some red light here. So we love that extra coverage. But what I noticed that added is it kind of lays on your face a little better without straps that way. So I can actually get by with not using the straps on this the way I do with the Dr. Dennis Gross one. So there's that, but I really like the new straps on this too. So you don't have to put it over your head in that same awkward way, at least not how I set this up. So this sort of looks like a bra, but you can just go on either side of your face with it. like that. And I feel like that's a lot easier to put on than the other one. And this also has the attached cord. So you do have to charge this up and then hold this. So I think this is brighter. This is much brighter to me than Current Body's first one. I think there are more lights in it, but like, this is bright. It's noticeably brighter. Here's the older version, here's the newer version. I feel like the camera's even having a hard time capturing the individual LEDs because this is much brighter. But, pulling back here, I mean, they're roughly the same size. This one has more coverage. This is easier to put on. I do really like the new version of this, so it is more expensive, of course, but I'm like, I mean, I see why. They definitely improved upon some things. If you like the more easy to put on style, you like the brighter aspect, you might make more of your time with that one, but I still really like the original. If someone said you could only have one, I have to say I would still choose this one, but that's because I feel like it is the one I'm going to use the most. It's kind of like they say like the best camera is the one that you always have with you or whatever. Like this is 3 minutes. There are no straps. It's got options and it's just simple. Like I would be silly not to use that. The others I do like, but sometimes, as lazy as it sounds, it seems like more work to like put it on and like strap it and all that. I mean, it's silly, but like, I don't know. If you're like me, you're like, yeah, what's the easiest and the fastest? I'll do that one. So if ease is what you're going for, I would say Dr. Dennis Gross is still where it's at. But I think Current Body has excellent options. These are very highly rated and approved by many experts that I respect, and they have basically given the Current Body mask their seal of approval. So if you want to save some money, I think you're still very much going to get those red light benefits with the Current Body, especially that newer one too, which you can more lay that on your face if you don't want to use the straps. Now I do want to give you one more option that I said is going to be your most budget friendly, and it's just a totally different delivery method. Depending on when you buy it, for around the $100 mark, you can get a Solawave wand. So that is what this is. It looks sort of like a toothbrush. The head of it here is where your red lights are. It's got vibration, heat. Now, this is totally different than a mask. This is only going to cover the areas you put it on. You are going to have to manually move it around your face. So it's not as relaxing to me. You can't just lay there and let the red light mask do its work. So it's not the one I reach for the most, but again, this is like the bougiest video. You might want to have this too, because I actually keep this one by my computer. So sometimes, especially when I'm having like TMJ jaw pain, I'll sit at my computer and just kind of absent-mindedly do this while I'm doing work. You can put it on your lips, which is nice. You can put this one, under your eye, on the brow bone. So it definitely has its place. The warmth and like the soothing vibration does feel kind of nice in a facial massage type of way. I'll turn it on here. Here's how bright that one is. It's not exceptionally bright. And like I do think you're probably going to get slower results by doing this. You're gonna sit and do this versus have the coverage all over your face for a solid 3 to 10 minutes, right? I think this might be 10 minutes. I don't know, whenever I do it, I just do it until it's done, and it seems like it's a long time. So I'll put it on the screen. I don't actually remember what the pre-timed intervals are, but it's definitely got that vibration to it, and that can feel nice when you have that jaw tension. It heats up as well, so you might like that. I have melasma, so I try to use it on the places that I have melasma first, which is up here, and then by the time it's heated up, I'm down here. So I mean, that's probably overkill, but if you're somebody that has melasma, like, you will do anything to keep it from getting worse. I do want to say that Solawave did send me this as well. So if you're like, okay, you have so many red light devices. Honestly, I do have so many. You don't even know. I have so many more, and I'm not even gonna like talk about them in this video, but it's because they have been sent to me. Like, I only bought the Dr. Dennis Gross one, and then I got all these others sent to me to try to compare for you too. So I like having them all, but I don't think it's realistic to have them all. So I don't want you to think like that's what I'm saying. I'm just a huge fan of red light, and like most therapies and treatments, it's not a one and done. It's not a miracle worker. It's one of those things like diet and exercise that you have to do it consistently every day, if not several times a week, and it's worth sticking with. Though I've not Benjamin Buttoned, I've not aged backwards. That's not a thing. I do think I've been able to sort of just like freeze time in a way. I don't think I look dramatically different than I did 5 years ago, than I did 7 years ago. So maybe I just started using red light therapy at the right time. It's easy to use. It does not hurt. It doesn't heat up the skin. It does not require, unless you're using a SoloWave, much effort at all. And kind of my favorite thing about it is that it forces you to just be present, close your eyes, take a minute to just meditate, think about something. Honestly, with the 10-minute current body ones, I often fall asleep, so take a little red light nap. I think it only encourages healthy habits of just a little bit of rest. You could wear eye protection if you'd like. All of the masks that I have say that you don't have to. Like, I've definitely read up on it in the manual and, checked it out, and they'll say, no, it's not required. But I just would close your eyes, honestly. Just close your eyes while you have the mask on, and you can keep them open. I mean, I definitely have, had the mask on, and then you get used to it enough that you're like using your phone, scrolling. But if you're worried at all about it, or you have sensitive eyes, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and take a little red light nappy. I hope this video has helped you learn a little bit more about red light therapy. And if you've been considering a mask versus a SoloWave, maybe both, you're trying to decide between two different masks, I hope this has helped there. I will link the blog posts I have written in the description bar about red light, the different masks, because I've been writing about this for years. And of course, if you have specific questions or things that I didn't cover in this video, please leave me a comment below and I will answer that as best as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.